The calm before the storm. Welcome to SNN episode 12, where we cover everything in a mocking way as it deserves to be, with the epicness that it deserves to be given for all of mankind. Sorry, I can't. I have a dream. This music just messed up whatever I was talking about. It's too epic. So, anyway, welcome to SNN episode 12, where we cover the news. I completely roast it, and I also get angry at it and rant about it, and that's the way it's done for now. This is the style I have acquired so far. And in the mood I'm in today, I just have no idea how this one's. It's going to either be my greatest or worst. It's not going to be in the middle. That's all I know. Good evening, Alex. And the first thing, let's see. Get into the stories. U.S. troops aircraft lost in Iran conflict. That's annoying, and it makes me very angry. Why are we in this war again? Over something that Trump declared victory over a while back. That's why we're in the war. He declared victory last year, but apparently they completely, in 1 year, 100% restarted their nuclear program. Sorry. I started speaking gibberish because that's exactly what I thought of what I just said right before that. But anyways, let's look into it. What do they really mean? What's the real story of this? What was lost? Okay, I don't want your co-pilot fucking curated shit. Heavy U.S. losses in early campaign. Yeah, why? Why are we doing it? It just makes me so mad. 3 weeks into the U.S.-Israeli campaign against Iran, Pentagon data shows that at least 13 American fatalities. We'll see if that's all that it really is. I really hope there's no more, but you're hearing one thing and a totally different thing from the other sides, and, you know, our media lies, so it's not unimaginable that they would lie to us about this. Would it be? But, I would like to think that our country is not the one being the bigger liar than Iran of all fucking countries, but I just don't even know anymore. I'm to that point. How do you know? I'm not saying that I would trust them more. Absolutely not. I'm just saying that I can't trust my government as much to tell me the truth. Remember COVID? Remember everything else? Anyways, sorry. 3 weeks into this stupid campaign against Iran, Pentagon data shows that at least 13 American fatalities and over 200 wounded. Losses include 16 aircraft such as F-15s, go look up how much they are, drones, and a KC-135 tanker, with one F-35 making an emergency landing. The USS Gerald R. Ford has deported in the region for rapid repairs after a fire and mechanical problems, while the rapid use of advanced munitions have raised concerns about the sustaining current strike intensity. So I don't think they can sustain the current strike intensity. I mean, Iran's really nailing them hard. And Trump's just saying, like, we're close to a deal with them. And they're saying, like, no, we're not. I even saw a video where, like, some Iranian guys, like, Trump, he even says in English for a second, Trump, you're fired. And then he goes on to say, like, we're not going to stop. I don't know who's right and who's wrong. I'm not here to say I believe one side or the other over the other. Although I should, because that's what state propagandists do, and they end up tending to get paid a lot of money. So if I really wanted to make it in the CNN and Fox News world, I could completely sell out right here and say, yay, I would literally get a cheerleader outfit and just be Ben Shapiro's best friend and grow my eyebrows to... My eyebrows are already quite big, but they are not Shapiro level. But I can make them that way. Should I do that? I wonder. I already have basically no audience, and that's fine, because I mean, I'm learning my own craft. I just know that I have to clown the news. It must be done. Look at the stupid war. Does it make you happy? The Kenya Times is right about the concerns. I gotta say that. So, during the March 2026 missions over Iran, 3 U.S. Air Force F-15s were destroyed after being mistakenly engaged. They can't. So they're saying that they fucked up and shot themselves. Like, they can't give no credit to Iran on anything. I'm pretty sure Iran destroyed at least something. Some of the shit that they're saying it is destroyed. Come on. I mean, they could be right about that specific incident. Don't get me wrong. I really do mean that. But you'd never know. It's a joke. It's a joke. I read this and it's. So, escalation of Operation Epic Fury. 4 weeks after the start of Operation Little St. James, the U.S. is still sending additional forces to the Middle East, including F-16CMs, EA-18G Growlers, and E-2D Hawkeyes, and the USS Boxer Amphibious Ready Group. Now, all that shit sounds terrifying, but I wonder if a $75,000 drone from Iran can destroy all of it all. You know, I really wonder that, because I bet you all that shit costs way more than that. But could their $75,000 drones destroy it? I hope not. I would like to think not. I would like to think all the taxpayer money is not going to get wasted and destroyed. But, and hold up. These deployments follow earlier reinforcements from Europe, the U.S., Japan, signaling continued engagement. And today Trump said we won the war. We'll get to that. But, you know, I mean, with everything that we're reading right now, it looks like there's no slowing down. It's only going to keep going. The current conflict comes as next generation fighter programs like F-47 and Navy FA-XX face extended timelines with operational service now expected in the mid-2030s. In response, the Air Force is upgrading existing fleets such as the F-22 and the B-52H, adding features like stealth shaped fuel tanks, advanced sensors, and new engines to maintain combat capability. These measures are intended to keep force effective until the future systems are fielded. All this shit we should be like only doing in case there's a real threat. The real threat was that Israel said Iran was a threat and we had to go in because they were going to go in either way. And they said you're going to get your shit destroyed. That's what we were told. And then Trump sits and shifts the blame to Pete Hegseth, I think, Secretary of War, and I'm glad Trump actually renamed the department to being what it accurately is, because let's not lie anymore. Is it still called the Department of Defense? That should be the Department of War too, if that hasn't been changed yet. Do it, please, Trump. Just be real about it. You were real about him. But anyway, Secretary of War got pushed. Trump was like, "You're the one who told me they were gonna." You know, he said that, and it's just like, motherfucker, you're the president, man. You are the president. You get the last say. Anyone can tell you whatever they want in your ear. They'll be like, imminent threat, pow, 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 they're going to kill you. And you just be like, okay, cool. You're saying all that, but that doesn't mean I have to listen to you. You know, so he's now acting like he has no ability to judge for himself after getting stuff. Now, Iran vows fight as strikes escalate. Iran has intensified missile strikes on Israel and regional targets while declaring it will fight until complete victory. And we're fighting until their unconditional surrender. This is stupid, man. We gotta find a middle ground here. We need a negotiator in the middle. Who's in the middle? I don't know. I think they're all our enemies now, right? Thank you, Trump, for your bullshit. And also all these peace talks. I mean, all the times that they've tried to enter peace talks and with a good heart. And now it's like, I don't think they will anymore. But according to Trump, they have done and And maybe it's just this proxy government that he's trying to set up there has set up peace talks. And I don't know. He said that he doesn't want them to be killed, which is a very interesting thing to say. So that actually almost in a way adds credibility, even though this man is so, everything he's saying is so under question right now. Okay, 1 minute, this is not a war. 1 minute we won the war. 1 minute we're winning the war big time. The next minute we need help with the war. Next minute we don't need help with the war. And again, it's not even a war depending on who you're talking about. So this is what we're getting from Trump. And so you can't really believe anything he says. But when he says he doesn't want people killed that are negotiating, and that's why the PR is like that, that's a very interesting statement to make given past events. like negotiations that were negotiations that were being held where the negotiators got bombed in Lebanon. Facts. And so I see things like that, and maybe he's actually being real about it. So Iran's pledge of complete victory. Their leadership, backed by armed forces and public, has vowed to continue fighting until sanctions are lifted, war damages compensated, and guarantees are secured against future U.S. interference. I can't say his fucking name, but him and other senior figures have reinforced this hard-line stance, warning of crippling U.S. forces if attacked. This position directly contradicts U.S. President Donald Trump's productive talks, underscoring a widening diplomatic rift. What's really going on, man? This is where we're at. This is the Third World War. Information war is a big part of it. And I think the shifting of our wealth and everything is a big part of it. I mean, look, I'm not a big prophesier. I'm just looking at it's pattern recognition. Okay? Does either party seem to be doing anything about lowering our national debt and actually getting things sourced and made here? No. Trump has said a lot to do these things, but talk is cheap. What has he done? What has he really done? Has he brought manufacturing back? I mean, he did a lot of things in his first term, but this term, like, I don't know what to think about this. But anyway, let's just continue. Their latest missile barrage struck Tel Aviv, injuring civilians and damaging buildings, while Israel's retaliatory strikes are targeted. They're always targeted at Tehran. You know, Iran is only going for civilians, and Israel is only going for the bad guys. I'm sure and you know, when we killed a whole school full of people, I'm sure that you know will be not addressed at all, actually, by Israel. The U.S. will at least address it. You know, Israel won't, because you know they secretly love that happened, but they will not, because then they would have to condemn it. And they do condemn certain things that they do, definitely. But they don't want to condemn that because they love it. So they're not even going to talk about it. It was the U.S.'s fault, according to them. So anyway, I'll get off that story. I don't want to stay too long on singular topics. So there's heavy strikes being exchanged. I could believe that. Is this all about the war? Let's see. The Earth is spinning too quickly. Clocks aren't keeping up. I have to read into this one. I'm going to learn some stuff. Oh, it's a minute video. Let's just listen. Click to unmute.
Speeding up. In 2020, the Earth's spin is speeding up. In 2020, the planet completed many of its revolutions around its axis milliseconds quicker than on average. That's a problem for Coordinated Universal Time, which uses ultra-accurate atomic clocks to meter out milliseconds, seconds, and minutes. The Earth's spin varies naturally due to the effects of the atmosphere, oceans, and core. But when atomic time and the length of the day determined by Earth's spin deviate by more than about 0.4 seconds, international timekeepers have to adjust the clocks. Until now, this has involved adding a leap second at the last minute of June or December, lengthening the day by the blink of an eye. That's because the overall trend in the Earth's rotation has been slowing. Until now. In 2020, Earth experienced its 28 fastest days since 1960. The quickest, July 19th, saw the planet spin around 1.4602 milliseconds faster than its average 86,400 seconds. If the trend continues, international timekeepers may eventually need a negative leap second, subtracting a second from the end of the day rather than adding one. The decision would be made by the International Earth Rotation and Reference Systems Service in Paris, France.
So what to think of the beginning of the end now? Oh God. So
The Earth's
fuck you. Let me talk. Now, I have a response, an official response to that video. I want to make sure this is so. It's one of two things. It's happening because we're fucking around too much, and Bill Gates is right. Or look at the internet, bitch. The earth is flat. Have you not watched YouTube? Have you not gone down the rabbit hole? It's obviously flat. It's flatter than hell. It's the flattest earth ever. And even if the earth is not flat, even if it's not, do you really expect me to believe when you put pictures of people from the fucking 1800s, these international timekeepers, that they were aware of the axis and how fast the earth was spinning? They sure as fuck did not. NASA didn't exist then. So I don't know what to think other than I think it's bullshit. I'm not saying I believe in flat earth. That was a little bit of sarcasm, but at the same time, I've said this in the past. It's not a big priority to me. It's really not. Now, if they're saying that the earth is this other video, the beginning of the end, the great fear mongering. Now, there's real life things going on here that you can really fear monger over. Trump is threatening to bomb a nuclear power plant. We might be losing our empire. We might be getting bombed to shit if he keeps further escalating this. I mean, seriously. That is verifiable shit that's going on. Now, maybe NASA's right. And maybe these fringe fuckers on the internet are right. I don't know when it comes to this. But I do know that they've been fear-mongering. Almost all their videos are fear... Do you know the moon is resting? That's the first thing it says. Did you know that I don't believe anything you say about the fucking moon? Did you know that? Let me make a video to NASA. Did you know that I don't believe anything you say about the moon? Because, I'll give you good reasons. I've never seen the American flag on the moon. I've seen it get planted there. I've looked on telescopes for years. Binoculars and everything. And I've seen detailed looks at the moon. I've never seen it. Ever. Ever. Was it put on the dark side of the moon? Because I was told that you did not land on the dark side of the moon. And it wouldn't have made sense. I don't know. Who knows? Also, even if the moon missions did happen and all that did really occur, okay, then why is it that Lance Armstrong was saying stuff that, like, he could see these big things watching him? Forget exactly the words he referred to him as. It's all a little strange. And then why'd you stop your lunar missions in the 70s, NASA? Technology improves. You declined and stopped. Did you talk to Martians, or did you, or the Moonanites, or was it all bullshit in the start and it was really just Cold War propaganda to scare Russia? I don't know. But I lean towards the latter, and the ladder won't fall this time. So, what's a solar... These fucking videos just autoplay. I hate when that happens. So, No, it's just like social media. They just like, hey, you want to watch a video? We're going to force you to. I'm going to be like, actually, no, fuck you. I'm not going to watch that video. And actually, I'm Xing out of the whole damn thing because of that. Make me watch videos. That's what I got to say to that. So, Kim Jong-un, piranha tank horror execution after throwing generals. I should not laugh. Let's see. I want proof. He's smiling. He's a very happy man right now. Kim Jong-un, I think as they call him in Greece, King John II or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But anyway, he allegedly executed a general by throwing him into a piranha-filled aquarium. He is very... I gotta tell you this. Him and Israel need to hook up sometime. Israel has a bloodlust like no other. And he is very creative in his murders. So let's get creative with the bloodlust. I'm sure Israel would be down for it. They probably love Kim Jong-un. They're just like, hey, man, we don't want regime change over there. This guy's doing some entertaining deaths. He's fucking... I can't remember. What was the other thing he did? He, like, shot a cannon at someone, supposedly. I mean, I've heard all these crazy stories. Maybe they're true. Maybe they're true. I think killing someone is enough to scare people to not doing things. But he's like, nah, man. I am getting creative with murder. I want to do murders in the way that murders have never been done before. I saw a James Bond movie. Wait, hold up. The victim reportedly had his arms and toes cut with knives before thrown into the tank. Jeez. Sources indicate it is unclear if he died from the fish attack, bled out, or drowned. North Korean leader is thought to have taken the inspiration from the movie. Like I said, The Spy Who Loved Me. It comes after Kim's rarely seen daughter showed off her terrifying skill in a propaganda video. And then it links me to what's this? What's this weird propaganda video? Oh, what the fuck? What's the more options? Oh, what are you doing? Oh my god. We value your privacy so much that we're forcing you to just fuck off, man. So, okay, so oh, it's after that's what they're talking about. I thought they were talking about something that happened in the movie. Okay, so what's wrong with that? The 14-year-old girl, all of them should have guns. They're obviously mentally stable, don't you think? I don't know about you, but they're obviously the smartest people in the world. Is teenage girls? They definitely know what they're talking about. They're never gonna make a mistake. What are you talking about, man? They don't do things like that. They don't make mistakes. And they should all be armed with guns. I mean, I don't think everyone should be armed with guns. I'm not that type of psycho, but I do think that the psychotic and also definitely medicated, heavily medicated youth of Gen Z teenage girls should be armed at all times. Isn't it a great idea? Holla if you hear me. Anyway. Oh, a neighbor from Nancy Guthrie recalls people in the yard at 3 in the morning. I mean, shit, I'm sorry to say this, but you haven't found her. She's probably not going to be found alive anyways. Pretty scary. Running for the hills. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't. No, but it's not good. It doesn't look good for her. So, unfortunately, it's the case. So I'm going to get off of this MSN trap after Iran now has a clear path to victory. Anyway, this is the last one I'll do. Then I really will. I have to hear the clear path to victory. This is what the Telegraph is saying. This is not what I'm saying. By the way, I'm reading their article. Key takeaways. Oh, come on. Stop dumbing it down. I can read a fucking article. I might rant, but I'll read it. For more than 3 weeks, America and Israeli jets have rained bombs from Iran's skies, seeming impunity. Their intelligence agencies have spent years undermining the Iran. Yet, incredible though it may sound, Iran's remaining leaders now have a clear path to what they would see as victory in this war. The route paved by Donald Trump's hubris carries 4 vital signposts: survival, control, revenue, and capability. So, Iran's regime regards its own survival as victory. Trump launched the war on 28th of February and promised Iranians that the hour of your freedom is at hand, and now is the time to seize control of your destiny. Yeah, you got bombed. You're free now. Brutally effective airstrike suddenly dispatched their Ayatollah and an array of his senior commanders and ministers. Yet the regime clung to power and replaced its figureheads. So far, there has been no sign of popular revolution. That remains the only way of causing its downfall, assuming that America does not invade Iran with hundreds of thousands of troops. Shit. It's just the type of thing. This motherfucker is the one. Him. He is in charge. Him. Blew out the screen. Go crazy. That man is in charge, and possibly if hundreds of thousands of troops go to Iran. I'm not going. I won't. Makes me so angry. Instead of its enemies having changed, but he does say shit like, "We're winning now," and I hope it's not just for oil market manipulation, because it would be great if he really was having peace talks. That's all I can say. Because this can't happen. He knows it can't happen. He has to know this. And if he really were to invade in this, literal, we would have to actually have that many people to have any chance of actually beating them, probably. And I haven't even gotten to their second or third points of victory. Netanyahu is he's a nut. There's no way he could win the fucking war against Iran. There's no way. Unless he nukes them. And that's another thing that's scary, right? Because if we were to abandon Israel, I think maybe why Trump's staying with them is maybe that they know that, like, okay, you abandon us, we're just going to nuke them. And this is all about, we're scared about Iran getting a nuke, but I think the biggest threat of anyone using a nuke is probably Israel because of their small population, small landmass, and proximity when compared to Iran. And also, if the U.S. abandoned them, they probably would have to resort to that type of weaponry if they wanted to win the war. And that's why they shouldn't have started the fucking war. I think Israel should exist, and I also think Palestine should exist, which is, I know it's an unpopular opinion on both the pro-Palestine and pro-Israel, but I do. I think, if it's really that important, but if it's really just a mission of Zionism, then fuck Israel, let it go away, and let Palestine come back. If it's really just a Zionist conquest, then that's the only reason. But I don't have any real problem with them having a landmass called Israel with mostly Jews there. I don't mind it. Stop spitting on Christians, though. Stop treating us like we're shit. We figured it out, man. We've seen your videos. That's the thing. We were very much all, I think, as a nation, pretty on the Jews' side and on Israel's side. Now, I'm still on the Jews' side, the authentic ones that are not Zionists, because realizing that they're trying to define anti-Semitism as anti-Zionism is bullshit. Because if that is the case, then I can show you a whole group of people who will be anti-Semitic, and yet they're more Jewish than any of these people that are declaring them that. But what does it matter? It's like when you see Candace Owens get called a black supremacist, or you know what I mean? It's like they don't care about logic. Logic means nothing. It's applying a term to you and saying it's a crime. So I'm just gonna skim through this. So it's mainly about survival, control, and revenue. And their control is the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, that's the main axis of their control. And the revenue will be a lot of $2 million per tanker. Believed to have cut by rival deals to allow their tankers through the strait. Oh, they're making more money off. Yeah, they're not being stupid. I mean, I have to say that. I have to, you gotta fucking admit they're not being stupid. Okay, so Trump again says, yeah, they're not being truthful about death numbers, I think, in the West or in Israel right now. It just seems like every time we launch something, it's like 12, 20, 50, people die in Iran. And every time they launch something, it's like 1 killed, 2 killed, 700 injured. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. I think that there's a little bit more than that. I mean, I'm not saying they probably are killing less because they're using mostly drones and smaller missiles. I think we're using more devastating weapons. But to act like it's just like only 1 per horrible explosion, it's just hard to believe, man. So Trump again says talks with Iran are underway. 12 killed in attack in Tehran. That's a good negotiation. It's working so well that you're killing people. Russia's barraging Ukraine more. This is a world war. It's already began, hasn't it? This is a world war, man. This is a realization I'm coming to, and that's why the sarcasm has been a little bit absent in the last few minutes. How can we not? I'm seeing the posture up for a world war. I think every time a world war happens, a vacuum can happen, and a lot of countries that were once big powers don't become big powers anymore. I don't see the U.S. coming out of this as a big power anymore. But then again, Japan did not come out of World War II as a power, and their economy boomed within a certain amount of years. It just depends on the resilience of the people, I suppose. Are Americans that resilient? I don't know. It depends on who they kill. Because there are a lot of brainwashed, stupid, moron, fat, fucking lazy, good-for-nothing Americans. Let's be honest. I love America, but those things are all here. You know, and there's also patriotic, great, brave, sincere, truth-telling, all that. Okay, I can say good things too. There's all those Americans too. So, anyway, I mean, I just wonder who will live to see the end of this World War III. I almost feel like it's inevitable. It feels that way. It feels like it's already happening. Even maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get back into the news. So anyways, let's see the Trump's supposed talks. He says negotiations are still underway with Iran. Tehran claims these talks are fake news. U.S. and Israel attacks on Iran continue, which seems to support the Iranian side of things more, I would have to say. Video shows a large explosion and fire at a high-rise building in Erbil, reportedly located near a U.S. consulate, and that's northern Iraq.
يا رب دخيلة يا رب يا رب.
Okay. I don't have much of a comment on that. A missile hit a building. Hope nobody got killed, man. Trump did not say who in Iran the U.S. is speaking with. This is something I highlighted earlier. And he's saying U.S. is winning the war, that they've destroyed Iran's military capability, that they're in control of the country. Yet he's also saying he's speaking with people. I thought you destroyed all these people. What? The reality on the ground is different, as Iran continues the control of the Strait of Hormuz, with enormous impact to the global economy. Trump also confirms that they're talking to someone in Iran. Of course, he didn't say whom, and he also went. Oh yeah. He said the U.S. had already carried out a regime change in Iran. Really? Saying they killed it, and now they're talking to someone, and that there's some. Oh my god. So he actually went out of his way to say that so now he's confirmed that it's someone that Iran would kill, not that Israel would kill because of negotiation. So it is with their stated purpose still of changing the regime. This piece of fucking shit, man. He's being led to the United States' destruction as a global power. That is what Trump is being doing, and I don't know. He's purposely being led that way. It's like we remember Biden. We were thinking, is this on purpose that we're committing a certain unaliving ourselves? Or is this on purpose? Yes. It's on purpose, dude. It's not negligence or stupidity anymore. They put an old senile man to make it seem that way. They're doing this on purpose. They're transferring our wealth to other countries. They do not want America to be a superpower anymore because there's too much freedom, and they want total AI global surveillance grid control. Boom. That's it. And we're already in World War III. So, there you go. That's where I'm at. Real thoughts on that. Pisses me off, man. Pisses me off. I don't like that. Rest in peace to the 12 they killed there, too, by the way. And also the 12 that have been killed in our military. And if there's any more that they're not telling us, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Unless you really are a war criminal, then you deserve to die. But, you know, I don't know how, I don't know if I would consider the Ayatollah a war criminal. I just don't know, man. I don't know enough about the situation to say that. I can only say that I know for sure that Bibi's a fucking war criminal. He's literally wanted by international courts. And he's wanted in his own country. I mean, come on, man. So Al Jazeera is actually a very accurate tracker. They are a Middle Eastern source, so they're going to lean more towards the Arab side of things. But the Times of Israel, the reason I don't really go to them as much is more because they're kind of just mimicking what the U.S. is saying. They're not really giving a Middle Eastern perspective. They're giving a Western perspective, very much so. And I just want to know what's happening over there. So, okay. That's enough of me trying to cover the news. I'm going to do everything I can to fucking ignore anything else. I'm not, no. Essential only. Not that it matters. I'm sure the essential ones are the worst. Trump says Vance and Rubio are in talks with it. Yeah, okay. Trump says a lot of things. I just told you I'm not going to. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't want to cover the war. Russia fires 1,000 drones against Ukraine in another war. And one of the war's largest attacks. It's all a big war everywhere. When are we going to come out of the denial? When are we going to put people on trial for starting World War III? It should not be. I don't want to leave and fight for BB. And I won't. And I won't. I'd rather fight the fuckers trying to make me fight. How's that? Anyone who tries to force me into fighting, that's who I'll fight. Is this like Fox where it has a section where I can just go to things that have nothing? Thank you. I can get out of. Let's make fun of U.S. politics for a second. Top Senate Republicans push plan to end DHS shutdown, but obstacles remain. Look at this. Democrat Emily Gregory will flip deep red Florida House district that includes Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, I mean, it's to a point now. They did the most unpopular thing ever, and they're telling everyone it's popular. CNN isn't even bagging on him anymore. And he's complimenting CNN. Because Newsmax just mentioned that he deployed ICE to airports, and he's just like, I'm not going to answer your question. I can't believe I'm taking CNN's question. It's like, yeah, I can. You've abandoned your base, bro. CNN is your friends now. You're friends with the deep state and establishment. I'm surprised you didn't give a eulogy to Robert Mueller. You said good and great, which is also a horrible thing to say, by the way. I mean, even if he's a piece of shit, you're a Christian, really? Really? You're a Christian, but you're going to celebrate death? No, you're not. You're not a Christian. And by the way, you're no better than the people who did the same shit to Charlie Kirk, by the way. You should not be celebrating death. I know Robert Mueller was a piece of shit, but I'm not going to celebrate his death. I'm not that type of guy. You are. Because you're a scumbag. And you should not be in the White House. It should be somebody who actually values human life. But anyway, sorry. Look at that fucking piece of shit. Look at him. He has the world in his hands, and he looks like a fucking piece of shit. And old man, he's going. He doesn't care that he's gonna die soon, so it doesn't matter if he does things that will ruin our whole lives soon. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's see. I wonder if CNN's trying to cover this in a good way. Trump might be doing the right thing. A fateful course. What the fuck does that mean? Considering winding down. We're winding down with these intense strikes. Killed 12 people. So winding down. Okay, so he's calling people cowards for, yeah, of course, yeah. They're all cowards for not. Well, you know what? They don't want to go to war for Israel, and that's what's interesting to me in this world war. Where is the EU? It feels like everyone's going to be against America, or this isn't going to be like the last two, where it's two sides. This might be more than two sides. As crazy as that sounds, I think it'll end up as two sides at the end. Hard to really give you my forecast. I think at the end. Oh, I can't even say it. I cannot let that come to life. I'll tell you privately if you want to PM me or something. I can't say it. I just don't want to manifest this into reality by, I might have already done it by thinking it. Dems projected to flip a seat and more. Yeah, okay, I just saw that. Alright, politics is the same thing as the war. That's all they're talking about. I made a mistake. I learn. Or will I? Israel Hamas war. Oh, there's 2 other wars. We can yes, we can keep covering wars for the duration of this shit. Isn't that great? There's so many wars going on at once. Which war do we cover? Let's go to style. What does CNN put on fucking style? Inside Asia's Fort Knox. Gold bars, fine art, and 66-million-year-old Triceratops. Well, dinosaurs are fake. The Earth is flat. Remember I told you that? Maybe they're real, though. Yeah. Just even though every bone at the museum is fake. I mean, maybe they are real. I don't know. I really am. Legitimately, I don't know. And I also don't fucking care. I want to make that clear. So don't make your case either way to me. I will laugh both ways. This is why they're real, Alex. This is why they're fake, Alex. And I'll be like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Banksy has been unmasked, but just how valuable is anonymity in the art world? I don't know. Because, I mean, I know nothing about this. He spent 16 months... Digital art. Digital art. I don't know. Look at how skinny that chick is. Holy shit, bro. That man is unmasked. That girl is just shooting up every second of her life. They're both unmasked. It look like. Sensual. Yeah, it's so sensual where a girl's so skinny that she has like no body fat at all. It's just deathly skinny. So there's the Oscars red carpet. Oh my god, who is that? Anya Taylor-Joy. Just please get help for your anorexia, if that's what it is. And if it's not, get off the drugs, please. I want you to live. I don't want you to die. Okay? See, I care about people. I fucking care about people. I just gave her life advice. Times Square is a dazzling new ball for New Year's Eve drop. If we get there, you go get to 2027. Yeah, we'll probably get there, but I mean, will we still be the #1 country? I don't know. Health. I need health advice from CNN. They were very good to us in the past during COVID. Remember? A measles outbreak in Florida. We got it's showing the appropriate thing. Where's the police? We need to call the police. Push to end animal testing is gaining steam. That's good because they have a lot of ways of doing such. Computer modeling, for example, unless it's something absolutely new, I mean, a molecule that's never been seen, then we might have to use animal testing. But yeah, we should get rid of it overall because computer modeling can be so accurate to the point of being accurate to each person genetically. Yeah. I won't get into the names of certain technologies, but I mean, it's out there. You can learn about it. Weight loss treatment is on the verge of a dramatic shift again. What are they gonna do now? Oh, they have pills. That's all it is. I already know that. Actually, the wellness company already offers GLP-1. I don't think they're pills. I think it might be a dropper or some shit. Maybe it is a pill. Either way, it's certainly not a shot or injection, and that's a better thing. I'd rather that. Don't inject things into your body that are to lose weight. Don't do it. Including meth. Okay? Which is probably the safer of those. Fuck. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. At a certain point, I don't even know. So, Fox, the biggest, most trustworthy news source during a Republican administration. I had to go there. Had to go there before I concluded today's episode. And they literally did flip Trump's home district, and he'll still be, you're still doing good. You still got great support for the war, Trump. And, deny your lying eyes, Trump. That's what his advisors are telling him. His advisors are probably the same people that were running the White House under Biden. I really believe it. Revolutionary Guard seize control of Iran as supreme leader becomes hologram. Okay, I'm over this war. He. What the fuck? Okay. What did the queen do that made him? Okay. She's met 20 or 14 presidents. Or no, and coincided. And she probably met with a lot of them. And he asked, "Oh, could I ask you who's your favorite president?" Now, if she says Trump, why they were all so good. I know, but did you like Ronald Reagan the best? Oh, yes, I liked him very much, but they were all good. After asking her about Richard Nixon as well and getting a similar response, so you mean you liked them all? I liked them all, and I can't say anything bad about any of them. They were all great. Trump then recalled pivoting to ask her about British prime ministers, if Winston Churchill was his favorite. No, 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 he was wonderful, Winston, but they were all so good. They worked so hard. They were different, but they worked so hard. They were all so good. How genius is this? I couldn't get her to say a bad thing about anybody. She was amazing, actually, and for not for any other reason than I think she didn't want to create controversy if it was unnecessary. Something that you cannot do yourself, Trump. You can learn that from the Queen. As much as I mock the shit out of the royal family, and deservedly so, if that's really her response, that is what a diplomatic response is. To not take sides. To not take sides. To not, do all that. So, but to be fair, of course she has her favorites. She's not gonna tell him that. And I mean, let me look. Let me just keep looking. I hate to say it because it's very disparaging to myself. She was there for so many decades and she literally never made a mistake. Well, the reason why she liked all the prime ministers of England the same is because she controlled all of them the same. Yeah, it was interesting a little bit. It was hard to be sarcastic on that. That was just kind of an unexpected response. Misled parents on getting so Facebook has to pay millions, and I'm sure they're right about that. And I hope it's worse. Meta ordered to pay 375 million after jury finds platform enabled child predators. That's what Meta's doing, and it's on all of your kids' phones. Don't allow your kids to have fucking social media if you want them to not be fucked up in the head. I gotta say that. Not until at least in their fucking mid to late teens. You can't, and even then they're still fucking retards, but at least you could, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna eventually have to learn. My point is that, like, yeah, if it's from, like, before 10, then they're fucked, bro. They're fucked. They're cooked, as they would say. Anyway, a New Mexico jury ordered Meta to pay $375 million after finding the company violated state law by misleading users about the safety of its platforms and allegedly enabling the child exploitation. Oh my god. Well, no, I want to see the proof of that. Historic victory for every child and family paid the price for Meta's choice for profits over kids. Meta's executives knew their products harmed children, disregarded warnings for their own employees, and lied to the public. Okay, specifically about what? The breeding ground for child. Fuck. Okay. I'm just looking for what we respectfully disagree. Dude, they just said you enabled child predators, motherfucker. Don't respectfully do anything. Either you're like, fuck them, they lied, and we're gonna seek retribution. But no, we respectfully disagree. Yeah, you're guilty. Guilty. It doesn't even say what it does, and maybe there's a good reason behind that, actually. It doesn't want to train the fucking pedos, so yeah, I wouldn't want to be unwittingly doing that either. So, but Yeah, that's Facebook for you, and Meta and Instagram and all that shit. Don't trust it. Donald Trump has his own section. Campus radicals. These people, bro. Foreign policy. I want to go back to royal families. Princess Diana prepared Prince Harry to be king over shy Prince William, says a friend. Diana! And there's nothing suspicious about her death, and I'm sure nothing had nothing to do with the royal family. It was all paparazzi. You ever heard that Exhibit song? It's safe in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large, extra large. It's a shame. Paparazzi. I don't even remember half the lyrics. But the Exhibit song, Murdered Princess Diana, that's the leading narrative, I suppose. This man, as I said, generations, multitudes, many fucking eons have been breeding created to him. But to be fair, she was not. She was the only one who was not. And that's probably why she was a target from the start. Even the now king just realized, like, yeah, I should have just kept inbreeding, you know? But this is... Now, I mean, this is all hearsay. I'm just here to clown it, really. King Charles's chicken coop. I need to know all about it. It's important during the times of war and peace and everything. I want to hear about this chicken coop. Look at this fucking... his cancer fight. I bet you he was given like some fucking antidote and he was cured in 10 seconds. My fight! It was very long in the carriage. They poured ointment on me. And it went away.
I feel like there's been some tough times for King Charles in recent years. Of
Don't
course,
talk about... I want to hear the king talk himself, bro. If you're not going to give me that, then give me...
in recent months to see.
Look at him. Look at
the
the...
from cancer.
I'm sorry. I have to circle their faces. Look, this is the King of England, bro. Can I see a picture? Let's open it in a new tab, and will it let me? It won't. It fucking won't. Of course it won't. This man. I guarantee you every one of those chickens are dead now. Every one of those chickens are dead. They're not alive anymore. I don't believe it. King Charles does not show... Maybe he does show sympathy to his chickens. But the world? Nah. He wants to spend all of the world's GDP on the fake... I mean, the real thing known as climate change, you know? The climate always does change, but supposedly it changes to a point where we got to spend the world's GDP to fight it. Humans are putting out too much carbon, okay? We gotta extinct the humans in order to get the planet back at normal temperatures to be safe for humans. So the only way for humans to be safe on this planet is to kill every human, okay? That's what you need to know. That's what you need to know. The only way to be safe as a human on planet Earth is to destroy the 100% or 99.9% of humans. And then it will be inhabitable for those 5 people left, okay? I just thought you should know that. That is the entire... I know I dumbed it down, but that is pretty much the whole premise of climate change, okay? Depopulation, population change. This guy, man. Prince Charles. He's living the life, bro. Look at all this fucking space. Got his own chickens. He supposedly feeds them. Yeah, right. He has a servant that does everything for him, including polishing his balls, probably. And then he's smelling some roses here on a nice photo shoot with some people who, he right after had to wash his hands because he didn't want to be in their presence because they're filthy peasants. I don't want to be in the presence of the filthy peasants. I'm King Charles the Great. Look at that face, man. He's happy. I like what I'm reading. I want more entertaining news. King Charles, he's in Seaford, England. He's not around the Muslim invasion. He's laughing it up in Seaford. The Muslim invasion taking over my country, but I'm happy in Seaford. And the lords and the king is here. And we're going to lead our Muslim army to battle. Against, I don't know. He's similar to an old goat. He can outwalk anyone. Fuck no, I'll outwalk your ass. Although I know he'll have people shooting at me, so I'll probably actually lose that one. He will have guards shooting at me, and he will win the race due to the fact that during the race, they will shoot at me. So I guess, never mind. I don't want that race, Charles. You will win. You are a much faster runner and walker than me. Please don't challenge me to a competition with your security armed. Detail, I'm terrified. Oh my god, she's a queen. Queen Camilla. Whoever the fuck that is. I guess that's his wife. The one that he got after, after Diana didn't get killed by the royal family. So, yeah. Pay attention to preparation time. Oh my god, they're talking about his fucking diet and boiled eggs. What a good life, dude. Let's be a royal. And they'll just examine your life and talk about it. And then they'll write blogs about it. We can all escape our lives by looking at your life. That's what normality is about. That's why all these content creators get famous, is because we want to watch what other people are doing and not do anything ourselves anymore. The digital world is a paradise, I guess. We want to watch everything through the lens of some fucking nerd who became popular on Kick or on fucking wherever. And we're going to live through their lenses. We'll live through the Kardashian slutty lenses where they only want black dudes. Yay. We want everything. We know about all of these things going on in the world. And that's all we want to do. We want to live life through the lenses of a fucking celebrity. Yes. Isn't that important? Don't you want to? Don't you want to know about Prince Charles's chickens? Isn't it more important than your own life? I think it is. It's definitely more important than mine. It's definitely, and by the way, same with the Kardashians, same with all these other influencers you see. They are more important than you. Remember that, okay? Don't live your own lives. Don't do anything for yourselves. Live through them. Become one with them. Donate to them, and be only about them. And give them your hopes and wishes. Start praying to them too, okay? That's what the internet should do, because these people are moral examples of who we should be. When you see this weird fucking guy hitting himself with a fucking hammer, that's who you should be, young men. And when you see these weird fucking chicks going around killing people, killing men in their music videos, that's who you should be, young women. So, just remember that. Be selfish, take drugs. Be cool. Die young. Kill yourself, hurt others. For the Sarcastic News Network. For the SNN Sarcastic News Network, this was Alex, wishing you a happy Lent, and I apologize to God for the terrible things I said. It was all in sarcasm. See ya.